Hey, it's about 6:30 in the morning. I'm sitting out the front of the Alfred Hospital. I got taken in an ambulance because I had a severe migraine from starting from lack of sleep from insomnia for over a month that I've been trying to get help with. And I'm sorry that I'm a bit slow if anyone ends up watching this at the moment, because I've had that much drugs tonight to try and numb the pain and the migraine that it's harder to think clearly, to express my thoughts. And so what I wanted to record this for is because there's really big problems in the mental health system, and for me to be so sick and not be able to get proper support the way that I need help is really traumatic for me, and really sad that our system just doesn't recognise how to help people. So the other week I recorded while I was being abused at St Vincent's by the security guards, and I'm still suffering from the trauma of that. I got physical bruises and everything from that, and they turned me away and they put security on me when I got angry at them, and anyone would get angry with them for what they put me through there when they wouldn't help me. And quite often people suffering mentally get treated worse because they react angrily, when that's completely normal in the situation to do that, and instead they get more stigma put on them, and things on their record to say they're aggressive and violent and all that kind of thing, when I didn't even hit anyone while I was being hit myself and restrained. I just did everything I could to try and get away. And so I'm a very sensitive, gentle, soft person. It's just that as part of the giftings God's developing in me to be a prophet, that sometimes I have to be assertive, and it's not my natural or easy thing to do, but sometimes that just comes on me to be really loud and say a word angrily, and I can't help that. And I think he actually allows it. Like the other week, in the state that my brain was in because my doctor prescribed an antipsychotic that made me go crazy, which is why I called an ambulance. That's the only time when I would get really angry, is when my brain is taken to that point, and otherwise I wouldn't have got so angry at those staff, but they needed to hear that kind of anger, and I wouldn't have normally done that without that situation. But anyway, I'm here tonight, as I said, because I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping. That turned into a migraine tonight, and it was so painful that I had to try and get something to help stop the pain. When I talked to the doctors here, I was expecting them to give me an injection for migraine, but they didn't want to do that for some reason. And when they told me what's in it, they said it's actually an old school antipsychotic. And I didn't actually know previously when I was being injected with that, even though that particular whatever's in that did help with migraine pain. I didn't know that, and so now I know that I don't actually want to be put in the position to have that injection either, because these chemicals that are in these things are really dangerous. So yeah, I've been here for a few hours and they've released me now. The pain's gone for the moment, but I'm incredibly exhausted, and so now I have to try and find my way back on the trams because I don't have enough money for a taxi. And all of this stress could be so easily fixed if I felt safe, and I can't be safe without having my own place where I can make the environment so that my brain thinks that it's okay to go to sleep. And at the moment, as much as I try and create a safe space for myself, I've just had so much abuse that my brain doesn't know how to relax, and it's constantly on guard for what's going to happen next. And I've had, even since I've been in Melbourne, I've had psychological and physical abuse, and I can't believe how difficult it has been to try and get help. At the moment, I understand because of the virus and how freaked out everyone is about that it makes it a bit more difficult to access help. But even still, before that, if I had have just been able to find a loving, safe church community where I actually had access to somewhere to sleep that was being prayed over and was Christian, and that's all I've really ever wanted, was to be in a community where I could actually live in and be safe and cared for. And as an intercessor, because I have that gift, like, I can't control a lot of the time. Things that happen to me aren't always about me. Sometimes they're because I need to be in a certain place at a certain time to pray for people, or to sometimes I'm feeling other people's stuff, and I have to pray through the pain or whatever thing is happening. And so sometimes it's my stuff, sometimes it's not my stuff, but it means I really can't care for myself, and I really need to have a community that I can be supported in as an intercessor. And I haven't been able to find that. And anyone that I thought might have that look like they have that from the surface, they don't offer any support to actually get someone there, and I don't seem to have the respect in the Christian community to acknowledge that I have those giftings, and that I benefit the body of Christ in so many ways that they just don't even know about. And they seem to like to take that for granted, like I should just do that and I should just do all these things that God chose me to do connected to them, but they don't actually look after me when it comes to my needs. And I just feel like I constantly get used and abused. And like, my life, if I could just like, if I was just a normal person and I could just have a normal life and think about all the things I want to do, and to create wealth for myself, to create stability in my life so that I could have my own home and comforts and luxuries that lots of other people enjoy. As a normal person who has their full mental health, they might be able to just go and get a job and make friends and do all the normal things that actually allow all of those things to be an eventual result. But I don't have that luxury, and I don't want to just be normal. Like, I want the callings that God has in my life, but it means that it comes with all these other risks. And I would have thought there would have been a lot more understanding about those needs from the body of Christ, that they would want to look after people like me and see the benefits of helping me, because it also helps all of them. But it doesn't seem to be that way. Everyone just seems to be selfishly thinking about their own lives and their church agendas of what money they want to make, or the who's who of the Christian world. And like, even before, when I've asked for a bed at a church to be there for something, then because I wasn't someone famous that they were excited about having speak there or whatever, when I said, can you host me so that I can be part of this, they're like, oh no, we can't host you. And I'm thinking, well, you've got a house, and that means that you have at least a lounge, if not even a spare room. And so it's just so wrong. I just can't understand. It makes me not want to be part of any church with how I've been treated over so many years. So combine the abuse from hospital systems repeatedly over many years, and abuse through churches, and also on top of that, individual people that I've really trusted and loved, that like, I just got told the other day, because I have all these intercessory dreams from various church groups, and I've been trying to shut some of the dreams down, because some of them I can hear things that people say about me that are really not healthy for me, and I don't know why I'm still being allowed to hear that and experience that. Like, the dreams have become very dangerous for me. And so the other day, someone that I was talking to said, I hope the dreams make you go crazy. And that was just heartbreaking to hear someone say that they would hate me that much, that they would want me to go crazy because of dreams that involve things to do with them in the spirit. And so I really just want to find love in community, and someone that actually loves me and can care for me with these giftings, that can handle what's on my life, and is not going to like turn on me every time something happens that is not my choice.